You walk into Costco. You pay for a membership just to shop there. You grab a giant cart, walk through the warehouse, and somehow end up buying more than you planned. Then, on the way out, you see something that doesn't make sense anymore. A hot dog and a drink. For $1.50. Not $4.99. Not $6.49. Not some limited time deal. Just $1.50. And the strange part is not just that Costco sells it cheap. It's that Costco has built one of the most successful retail businesses in the world while refusing to raise the price of one of its most famous items. So the obvious question is, how does Costco make billions selling cheap hot dogs? Well, it's not that they're making huge profits from the food court. First, you have to understand that Costco doesn't make billions from their hot dogs. But what it does do is protect the system that makes them their billions. And once you understand that system, the hot dog starts to look less like lunch and more like one of the smartest business moves in retail. Today we're going to break down how a $1.50 hot dog is part of a multi-billion-dollar business machine, and it starts before you even buy something. Most stores make money when you buy something. You buy food at a grocery store, and they earn a margin. A margin is the number in between what you bought something for and what you sold it for. That's the basic business for most stores. But Costco works differently. Before you even buy toilet paper for the next pandemic, or bulk water bottles, or whatever you're going there for, Costco has already made money from you because you paid for their membership. And just that one thing changes the entire business model. At a normal store, the business tries to make profit from each person walking in. But once the day ends, most stores close, and the money coming in stops. But at Costco, the goal is a little different. Costco wants you to feel like the membership was worth paying for. Because if you feel that way, you renew. And if millions of people keep renewing every year, Costco gets something very powerful: recurring revenue. That's why the hot dog matters. A normal restaurant might look at the hot dog combo and ask, how much profit can we make on this meal? But Costco is asking a different question. What does this meal make the customer believe about the membership? And that is a completely different way to think, because the hot dog is not just telling customers, here is cheap food. It is telling them, this place still gives me value. And that might sound small, but it's not. Because when someone pays to shop somewhere, every visit becomes a test. Did I save money? Was it worth the drive? Was the membership worth it? Should I renew next year? Costco knows this and made it their goal to answer yes to our questions. And the $1.50 hot dog is one of the simplest ways to make that answer feel obvious. But wouldn't people still buy the combo if they just decided to change it to, like, $2? Well, technically, yes. So they would make more money from each sale in the short term. But that's where a lot of businesses make a huge mistake. They look at one of their products and try to figure out how much more money they can squeeze out of it. And in doing so, they lose trust from their customers. But for Costco, it's not just a food court decision. It's a brand decision, because the hot dog is famous and people talk about it. It's proof that Costco hasn't changed. But if they did decide to change it, the internet would go crazy. Costco sold out. Did you hear about the Costco hot dog price change? Yo, bro, my bet just hit. And you see, that's where Costco would dig their own grave. Because people still have to believe they're getting a good deal when they have a membership. And changing it would have everyone and anyone who knows what Costco is talking about it, and possibly even questioning if they want to cancel their membership or not. So, in a backwards way, Costco could make more money by refusing to try to make more money. Sometimes, the best business strategy is being willing to lose money on certain things and products to build a customer's trust and make them feel like they're winning. Why don't we put this in a simple example? Say you pay for a Costco membership and shop there. At first, you won't realize it, but your brain actually begins thinking differently. You start saying stuff like, we should go to Costco. We might as well use our membership. We could also stock up and grab food while we're there. And you start creating and justifying reasons to come back that make you feel smart, like saving on bulk prices, their gasoline, food court deals, and those random limited time finds that somehow appear in your cart. Must have fell off the shelf. But the thing is, you keep going back. And the renewal is the heart of the business, because a customer who pays every year and shops regularly is more valuable than a one-time customer. It's not the hot dog, but it's the membership that's the engine. The hot dog is more like one of the dashboard lights, telling customers everything is still working. Another reason the hot dog works so well is because it makes Costco's brand simple, and that matters, because shopping can get confusing. At a lot of stores, you need coupons, apps, rewards points, weekly sales, promo codes, and you still feel like comparing prices just to know if you actually got a good deal. It's like it turns shopping into homework for us. But Costco's message is simple: pay for the membership, walk into the warehouse, buy in bulk, and trust that you're getting value. Now, that doesn't mean everything at Costco is automatically the cheapest. You should still compare prices, especially if you're buying something you probably don't need. Because let's be honest, sometimes the deal isn't really a deal if you weren't going to buy it in the first place. But the point is, Costco doesn't want the whole shopping experience to feel complicated. They want you to feel like you don't need to look at every single price tag. The less a customer feels like they have to second guess everything, the easier it is for them to buy. And the hot dog helps build that feeling. A hot dog combo for $150 is not complicated. You do not need a coupon, points, or an app. It is just there. And that simplicity becomes key to the brand. When everything feels more expensive and confusing, Costco gives people something simple. That's strategy. So, the next reason why the hot dog matters is exactly what I'm doing right now. What do I mean by that? Well, people talk about it. I'm talking about it. You're thinking about it. That might just be the most underrated part of this entire thing. People make jokes about it. They compare it to inflation, and they bring it up when talking about why they like Costco. They don't even need to run ad campaigns for their food court. Customers do it for them. You know, I don't remember the last time I've seen a Costco commercial, now that I think about it. The closest thing I've seen to a Costco ad is probably just one of their trucks driving down the highway. Anyways, Costco gets free marketing. And not just any type of marketing. This type of marketing feels more believable because it comes from customers. If Costco ran an ad saying, "We provide great value," people might just ignore it. But if your friend told you, "Costco still has the $1.50 hot dog," that hits differently. It feels like proof, not just a slogan. It gives people an easy story to tell about Costco. And in business, easy stories spread. Nobody says, Costco has an efficient membership-based warehouse retail model with recurring fee revenue and strong customer retention. That might be true, but who in the world talks like that? Instead, they just spread the word about the hot dog price still being the same. And that simple sentence carries the whole brand message: low prices, consistency, member value, trust, and so on. And all of this is packaged inside one cheap meal. So, at this point, if the hot dog is such a good strategy, why don't competitors just copy it? I mean, I did just make it sound simple, right? Wrong. Copying their hot dog is easy, but copying Costco is hard. Any competitor can sell a hot dog tomorrow. But that doesn't mean customers will believe their store is built around value, because you can't compete with a large system that is evidence of a brand's value. That's the difference. A random store selling a cheap hot dog would feel like a promotion, but at Costco it feels like a tradition. And traditions are harder to copy. It's bigger than a price tag. This is one of the reasons Costco has such a strong position. Its advantage is not just one product. It's the customer belief that Costco is usually on their side. And once a company earns that belief, it's hard for competitors to take it away. Now, I'm not saying Costco is perfect, and I'm also not saying everyone should automatically shop there. You see, there's a trade-off. Costco can save people money, but it can also encourage people to spend more than they wanted to. You go in for one thing, and come out with half the store. It's not like Costco is tricking you with the cheapest item on your receipt, but it's basically a margin-free hot dog as a thank you for shopping at Costco, and it makes you feel satisfied, and that's important. Because the best businesses don't just sell products, they create habits, routines for millions of households, and that hot dog sits right at the end of the routine, like a juicy reward. Let's zoom out. Costco is not a small company using cheap food to get attention. This is a massive business. And yes, Costco sells a lot of products, but one of the biggest things that makes their model different is the membership. People pay to shop there, and if they keep believing the membership is worth it, they keep renewing. That is where the hot dog becomes more interesting. Because the hot dog is not the biggest part of Costco's business, not even close. But it is one of the clearest symbols of what Costco wants customers to believe, that Costco is still trying to give them value, that they are not just being squeezed for more money every year, and that is why the $1.50 price matters. It is not just food, it is a reminder, a small, cheap, very visible reminder that says, hey, this place still feels like a deal. And for a membership business, that feeling is powerful, because when people trust the value, they come back. And when they come back, the membership keeps making sense. So no, Costco's hot dog does not need to make billions of dollars by itself. That's not really the point. The point is that it helps protect the system around it. And sometimes, the smartest business move isn't the one that makes the most money directly. Sometimes, it is the one that makes customers believe in everything else you sell. So the next time someone says Costco makes money from cheap hot dogs, the better answer is not exactly. Costco makes money from membership, loyalty, repeat visits, and trust. The hot dog is just one of the clearest signs that the whole system is working, and honestly, that might be the smartest part of the entire thing. Because in a world where almost every company is trying to charge more, Costco turned one unchanged price into one of the strongest brand promises in retail.